everybody, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Thursday, November 9th, 2017. I am Michael Schwan.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
Please remember, everyone, you can help support our show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet. In addition, we do go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube. And if you have stories that you would like us to talk about, please submit them to our subreddit, which is our iRedditcast, or send them to us in an email, feedback.ireddit@gmail.com. Nathan, how are you doing today?
My day was all right until about fucking 10 minutes ago when I got some goddamn news and I'm now pissed off.
What?
But that'll be my thing of the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should wait?
Yeah, I'll wait for that.
Like,
God, does it piss me off.
I mean, we have tomorrow off.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
We're going to hang out and drive around town and hang flyers up and stuff.
Again, it'll be fun. We'll go to the diamond side this time.
Well, I mean, since we already know a decent number of places, we should be able to bounce around pretty quickly as well.
We can just hit up bars too.
There's also a lot of, where was it? Because me and Jennifer went to a couple other places that also had public posting areas, like the South restaurant has it. So we can try down there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, we got options.
We got options. It's going to be great. Maybe. We'll see how the drive is. I mean, it's been snowing all day today, so.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping. All about that. In any case, shall we just jump straight into it?
Yeah, let's begin.
Cool.
10.
Portia de Rossi. De Rossi? I don't actually know. And Nathan died. Steven Seagal sexually harassed me during an audition.
This was submitted by Dr. Scientist 812 to our television.
The Me Too movement just keeps on trucking. Just more and more and more and more and more. And basically what it's come down to is that everybody sucks.
It's not on our list today, but more recently today, because we made our list earlier, or he made our list earlier today.
In the morning.
But Louis C.K. has also been his new movie's been been pulled from theaters. He no longer has a late Stephen Colbert interview. I believe the New York Times was going to publish a piece on him, and he apparently is 5 girls have come forward saying that he's sexually harassed them.
And they already did publish the piece.
Okay, I haven't read it then.
Yeah, and what it is that there have been 5 women that have came forward, only 4 of which have actually spoken out about it. Basically, what it is, he's one of the weird people that just wants to masturbate in front of people. Yeah.
He'll invite girls to his room and fucking just ask them if he can masturbate, and they'll think he's joking, and then he'll just do it. And thinking back on Louis C.K. and thinking back on his jokes, it doesn't surprise me.
No.
I'm not shocked. I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised that it wasn't coming out earlier.
And there's been confirmation of these events happening even beyond the people that have placed the accusations against Louis C.K. So we'll see how that goes. In this particular case, the original topic that we'll be discussing right now is the Portia de Rossi case against Steven Seagal. And it's a single incident so far. That doesn't mean that there won't be additional people that come forward in regards to Steven Seagal. I mean, that's kind of tends to be what happens.
Yeah.
Where'd the actual part that I wanted to read go? So she said that my final audition for a Steven Seagal movie took place in his office. He told me how important it was to have chemistry off screen as he sat down and unzipped his leather pants. I ran out and called my agent. Unfazed, she replied, "Well, I didn't know if he was your type."
What a fucking shitty agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fire that agent.
She probably already has. I mean, this was quite some time ago.
Good.
So this is the most recent statement against Steven Seagal in terms of the actual people coming out and speaking about the sexual harassment plague in Hollywood.
Yeah, no, it's real. 2016 was the death of all of our fucking heroes. 2017 is where we watch them all become villains. I'm gonna be really sad when it comes forth. If Mark Hamill is a goddamn sexual predator,
yeah,
that'd be really fucking sad.
Steven Seagal was accused of sexual harassment before. Back in 2010, his former assistant sued him for sexual harassment and human trafficking. That was back in 2010.
Human trafficking?
Yeah.
He tried to prostitute her?
Probably.
That's weird.
So, yeah, everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Just all of them.
Everybody does suck.
So, I imagine there'll be more that comes forward over the next several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're just gonna...
I want everyone to come forth. Like, I want to see how bad everyone else is.
Well, and the more people that come forward, the more validity everybody gains.
Yeah. As long as they're not, the kind of people who are lying.
Yeah, except in this case, not many of
Everyone's not, which is great.
And most of them have eyewitness accounts to validate their stories, to give them some form of weight. Or there are people that are like, yeah, that person is known in Hollywood for being a scum.
Yeah. Yeah, like fucking Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. So, we will see what happens going forward. I'm sure there'll be more.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Donald Trump to meet Vladimir Putin tomorrow as investigation into Russia's U.S. election interference intensifies.
This is submitted by Mad as a Hatter to Our Politics.
So there is rumors that the Russian president and the United States president were going to meet in Vietnam. That has now been confirmed. They're going to be meeting at an Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in the city of Da Nang.
Okay.
And that's really all that it is. And, like, people are like, oh, he's going to go meet with Putin while we're busy investigating Russia. And it's like, we don't have anything really yet that we can hold against Russia, and Russia already has sanctions placed against them. So, but he's still a world leader, and Russia's still a very important piece of the world.
And he is over in Asia right now.
It's not like they're going to just, like, be like, no, I'm not talking to you right now.
Yeah. But, that being said, really hope some crazy shit doesn't come from this.
I mean, we know that Vladimir Putin has an agenda to try and improve Russian-United States relations, because right now they're very strained, especially because we're one of the people that are placing sanctions against them, and that sucks for them. So it would be in Vladimir's best interest to try and make those connections and the relations better.
So that, those sanctions go away faster.
So, I mean, it doesn't...
Wait, have those sanctions actually been placed yet?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, they have some on them, but there are going to be more strict ones in place that have not been levied yet.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know why this is something that, like, it's mostly people just going, oh, over nothing. Of course they're going to be talking. They're world leaders.
Yeah. It makes sense. And we're, like, the biggest superpowers.
I mean, if Kim Jong-un wanted to have a friendly conversation, I'm sure that Trump would oblige.
Yeah, no, easily.
And I feel like relations with North Korea are severely worse than our relations with Russia. Not saying Russia's
We've asked
great.
if they want to.
Yeah, you want to chat? And they said, fuck you, no. And we're like, all right, well, fine.
All right, but if you're going to be dickheads, we're going to fucking bomb you.
We got more guns than you. So, yeah.
8.
NASA discovers mantle plume almost as hot as Yellowstone that's melting Antarctica from below.
This is submitted by Kate500 to Our World News.
So there's basically what a mantle plume is that the center of the Earth is extremely hot, that produces tons of magma that flows up because heat rises. It bubbles up through the crust and forms the magma that comes out of, like, volcanoes and stuff. Most of the magma came from way deep down below. And so what they have found is that it's not a volcano, it's not at risk of being blown or anything yet, but there's an extreme heat pocket of where this magma is just kind of swirling around underneath Antarctica that is causing there to be seas and rivers and stuff that are underneath Antarctica where the ice is melting, but the top of the ice is still frozen.
That's kind of cool.
Now, the problem is that heat is going to continue to melt Antarctica in the western area, which also very much explains why that area has been so unstable recently, because it doesn't have a strong foundation of super cooled ice.
Yeah, that's why all of those fucking ice shells are breaking.
Now, and they don't really know what the long-term effects of it will be or the short-term. They just know it exists now.
Okay, that being said, does this illegitimize global warming?
No.
Does this illegitimize climate change?
No.
Thank you.
Because, are people trying to say that it does?
I mean, I just assume people will trying to cite this as evidence.
Okay, I mean, it does give a little bit of evidence as to why parts of Western Antarctica, Western, it's kind of weird to refer to something that doesn't really have a direction, but Western Antarctica.
Northern Antarctica.
Yeah, right. Has been having stability issues and having sections break off. But that said, the large piece that we talked about several months ago that broke off of Antarctica that was the size of, what was it? It was the size of like New Jersey or something ridiculous.
It was
that was on the eastern side of Antarctica, so it's nowhere. It's as far away from this little heat swell as it could be.
Can we just say northeastern? Or do they actually have like a... I guess they would actually have like a northeastern point on... That's stupid. Every point is north.
I mean, if you're standing at the South Pole, yeah, every direction is north, but...
Whatever.
Either way, I mean, they have to have some way to reference the size of Antarctica, so...
Yeah, there has to be some way.
But in any case, like I said, they don't know what it will do moving forward. It could be something that doesn't really have any effect for millions of years. It could be something that, depending on how the structure of the ice has been formed, it could happen in the next 100.
I don't know. There's cool science, though.
Science! Speaking of science, which this next story just tells me that we know nothing about science.
Jon Snow.
At all.
7.
Astronomers discovered a star that went supernova in 1954, and then again in 2014.
It's a zombie star. It was submitted by Clay T6 to our space. This thing's a straight up fucking zombie.
That's what they're actually referring to it as the zombie star. So
that's cool.
They saw this star in 2014, and we have constant monitoring of the entire space, the entire whatever.
The final frontier.
Yeah, the final frontier. We're looking at all of it all the time. We have tons and tons of sensors and stuff looking out there all the time in every direction now. And they saw this star, which is not uncommon for the stars that we're looking at to go supernova, which means that the star dies. It explodes, essentially, and then it slowly starts to dissipate and all the energy goes away. Now, they saw this happen in 2014, and then something interesting happened. Is normally when a star goes supernova, it lets off this explosion, big, super bright light, we see it, and then because the star is gone, that light fades, and then there's just blackness right there. Unless there was a star behind it. What we have found is that this star went supernova in 2014, so we saw this bright light happen, and then months later, it started to get brighter again. It went dark, and then it started to get brighter, and then they're like, wait, is the star still there? And they monitored, they're like, yeah, the star is still there. Wait, how is it still there? And then they went, hang on, and they looked through all their archive data and saw that it did this exact same thing in 1954.
Weird.
So this star has blown up twice.
I wonder if this is an isolated case or not.
Well, the thing is that it breaks what we know about stars.
Yeah, because we thought that as soon as they supernova, they're just gone.
They supernova, they explode, they're done. And they're like that. That's just that's the cycle of a star. And now there's this one star that we've noticed that is like, wait a minute, you just blew up twice. How'd you blow up twice?
What if we were watching Aliens?
What?
Like, what if we watched a star get blown up, and then some aliens pushed together the star again, and then it blew up again?
Maybe. Their current theory is that it was a result of a star that was so massive and hot that it generated antimatter at its core, and that would cause the star to go violently unstable and undergo repeatedly bright eruptions over periods of years. So essentially, instead of completely destabilizing and exploding, it let off a bunch of energy on its outside but still had a strong core, and then that energy built up again because matter plus antimatter equals bam. And so since it has what they believe is an antimatter core, is that it would continuously create this like repeated explosion effect.
That's fucking cool.
As it let off energy, built it up again, let off energy. That's the current theory, but we don't know.
That's also a sick band name, Neverending Supernova.
Yeah, that is a sick band name. So they will keep tabs on it. I mean, if all goes well, it should explode again in 2074.
That's fucking cool.
I mean, if it wants to follow a cycle of 60 years.
Let's hope it does, because then, you know, I don't know. I just like this. This is fucking awesome. I really hope that it follows the pattern.
You know the thing that still makes me sad, though? Like, every time I think about space, every time I think about stuff like this, the light that's getting to us is like 1 million years old. This star exploded technically 1 million years ago.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking insane to think about? Our perception, we are looking technically back in time the farther we look out.
Well, and the thing that's even crazy about it is that star... Like, so technically, like, if it went supernova in 1954 and didn't return its light, essentially, it didn't start, you know, glowing again, that star technically didn't exist for the last, like, 1 million years.
That's fucking insane.
It's crazy to think about. It hurts my brain, because I'm like, that is such a span of time that we are learning about the universe millions of years after events have happened.
Yeah.
Which to me is like, that almost seems useless. Like, especially...
That means if we see aliens through a microscope at far off distant planets, those aliens were there millions of years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of unsettling, because it means that, like, anything in space, just no clue.
God, I really hope there is aliens.
Because, like, there could have been aliens that developed in the last 1,000 years, but we will not know about it. Because, I mean, think about it. We only developed in the last, like, 300 years, really. Technology is only really, like, 100 years old. Like, true technology that we're working with now. If something else followed that same cycle, we will not know about it for 1 million years.
God, that's fucking weird.
It hurts my brain to think about. And it's like, we're sending radio waves, and I'm like, oh good, it's even slower than light.
Damn.
Which means it's like, it'll get to that planet in 5 million years. And it's like, okay.
I mean, we're just hoping that something gets hit very, very early.
I guess. We're just shooting for the stars, man. That's all we're doing.
Literally for each and every star that we can.
Yeah, just beam it to each of them. I mean, something might come back eventually. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
6.
New Jersey's newly elected governor, speaking of New Jersey, newly elected governor wants to legalize pot.
This was submitted by Urinomos to Our Politics.
The dominoes keep falling, Nathan.
Yeah.
The dominoes keep falling.
This is gonna happen. It's gonna be legal everywhere.
And that's really what's gonna happen, is like, the dominoes are falling faster and faster and faster as time goes by, and especially as we have elections.
Pot legalization in America is more popular than Donald Trump.
That's not too surprising, but is also depressing.
Isn't it?
Like, yeah, that makes me sad. New Jersey technically has legal marijuana right now, medical marijuana, although it is very difficult to get, and the punishment for marijuana is insane right now.
Well, most of East America, as well as, like, Middle East of America, which, you know what I mean when I say Middle East. I'm talking about, like, Louisiana, Kentucky. I guess that is kind of Middle America. But a lot of those places, like, if you get caught with weed, you're fucked.
So, like, right now, medical marijuana has been legal since 2010. Although it is ridiculously difficult to get on the medical marijuana list. And if you are
really ridiculous.
If you are not a registered patient and are caught with 50 grams or less, you face...
How many grams?
50.
Okay, that's approximately just about 2 ounces.
If you were caught with 50 grams or less...
An ounce is 24 grams.
So, I mean, even if you had 1 gram, if you have 50 grams or less, You face a maximum fine of $1,000 and up to 6 months in jail. If you exceed 50 grams, or we'll just say 2 ounces, you are charged with $25,000 and 18 months in jail.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ, New Jersey.
I used to hold way more than 2 ounces at a time. Fuck.
Yeah, you just be completely screwed forever. But anyway, Chris Christie is no longer the governor and has been replaced. And
God, fuck that guy. That guy's a literal goddamn piece of shit.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. He had a lower approval rating than Trump did. His approval rating was 11%.
Yeah, see, Lee says in Iowa they only have cannabis oil and that's it, and only for certain conditions. But he's not sure how bad the punishment is for having illegal pot.
The dominoes will fall. They're already falling. But Phil Murphy is looking to change that. He is the new Democrat governor of New Jersey, and he is going to be looking to pushing full marijuana legalization, not just medical, just straight up recreational marijuana.
Okay, that's what's up.
So, as I said, the dominoes
keep falling. I like this guy.
Lee said they're going to try to find what the punishment is for possession in Iowa, so...
5.
Ex-President Barack Obama shows up in Chicago for jury duty.
This is submitted by Mepper to our news.
You want to know the best way to get people to show up for jury duty?
What?
Tell them that someone important's going to be there.
Dude, yeah, if you were like, hey, Barack Obama showed up, everyone was going to be there.
Everyone showed up.
Even the fucking people who hate him, because, they're going to sit there and try and rip on him.
So this isn't the first time that a president has been called for jury duty. Almost every president at some point has been called for jury duty, both in and out of office. Obama was actually chosen for jury duty in 2010, but being the president, he's not allowed to serve on a jury when he is currently active as president. He was not chosen as a juror, so he received his $17.20 for the $17.20 for the inconvenience, which he donated to Cook County in Chicago.
I mean, that's not very much, but okay.
Yeah. But in any case, there was lots of people that were excited that he were there. And normally people will bring like a book or something to read while they wait to find out whether they're chosen for jury selection. The majority of people that showed up had books that Obama wrote to get it signed while he was there. He also
That's hilarious.
And he obliged. He signed every single copy that people had. He took several photos and selfies and then told everyone to have a good day.
Because he's a good person.
Because he's cool like that.
Because he's fucking Obama, dude. Obama's the jam.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
4.
Sorry, Comcast. Voters say yes to city-run broadband in Colorado.
This was also submitted by Mepper to our technology.
Oh, so it was. Good job, Mepper. Two in a row. So,
yeah, you usually see like 2 or 3 in the top 10, never really 2 in a row.
Well, and normally we'll see repeat people like Mavia. We see him a ton
all the time
because he apparently just knows how to get those upvotes.
Dude, it'd be cool if we got him on here.
In any case, what we are looking at right now is that there is a ballot proposition on this election that just took place in Colorado, and if you voted yes, it would allow the city council permission to establish a telecommunications utility to provide broadband services. So what that is that they ask the question of, should the city be allowed, this is in Fort Collins, Colorado, be allowed to have their own internet service? This isn't that they're going to, that they plan on it, just is it okay if they do? Comcast and the groups associated with them spent $451,000 campaigning against this ballot proposition, and
oh my god, that's a lot,
and lost. 57.15% of the vote went to yes.
That's amazing.
So what this means is that if Fort Collins, Colorado wants to put in its own broadband, Comcast can't do crap about it.
Why is Colorado the most progressive state right now?
I don't know, because Colorado's cool like that.
Apparently, because god damn. That's what's up.
Also, it's funny that you gawked at the $451,000 on the amount spent against it. You should have seen the numbers for the amount spent on the marijuana legalization in Anchorage.
How much was it?
It was millions.
Why?
Millions.
For against legalization?
Both directions.
Oh, wow.
It was ridiculous.
That's insane.
As a follow-up to the punishment for marijuana possession in Iowa, Lee in the chat room says that the first thing they find on Google is that if you possess or sell it, the first offense is 6 months in jail, fine of $1,000, and the third offense is up to 2 years and a fine of up to $6,250.
Up here, you don't get caught for possession. You get caught for intent to sell, which is why if you ever buy things from the dispensary, it's cool to leave it in those dispensary bags. But if you buy it from somebody else and it comes in a sandwich bag, immediately shove it into your own like personal jar or something, so it doesn't look like you're trying to sell it.
Sure.
Sandwich bags are the worst.
Or use the dispensary bag.
That's a thing that a lot of dealers up here are doing nowadays.
Oh, awkward.
3,
They just reuse dispensary bags.
Canada decides the F word is not taboo for radio listeners' ears.
This is submitted by Mavia to Our World News.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
No,
motherfucking,
no,
that's
Nathan.
the fucking jam,
Wrong.
motherfucker.
There you go. There you go. Get it out there. Get it into the world. This is only going to be for French radio.
Well, fuck is the worst word that you can say. Fuck is the worst word that you can say. So just use the word okay.
Okay. So, and their argument is that fuck is now part of the common French spoken language, that it is so common that it is no longer offensive.
That's hilarious.
It's awesome.
I would say fuck is so common here that it's no longer really a bad word. Well, okay, so it's technically a bad word, but it's like someone stubs their toe. Fuck. Like, most people don't care unless you have small children around, and even then, a lot of people with their small children curse around them.
Yep, it is now part of the common French spoken language and therefore does not have the same vulgar connotations when used in French.
Does it really?
I don't know.
That's weird. What does it mean in French? Does it mean the same thing?
It means the same thing.
That's okay.
But that said, if you say something is fucking terrible, it is not technically vulgar in the same manner as the original use of the word, which is what they're saying.
Which is let's go and fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It is not the same as what it was originally, and they're like, it's now just kind of like this emphasis word. I mean, there was a video that was out like 5 years ago that showcased just how diverse the word is, that you can basically use it for anything.
You can. It's an adjective that you can add in front of literally anything, and it doesn't matter because it's just a filler word.
It just makes whatever word you put it in front of stronger. Yeah,
it's just like that person feels a slightly more about that thing. It's like motherfuck.
It's like the word. It's like an adult version of the word very.
Yeah, or literally.
Yeah.
Which I find fucking annoying that literally now fucking means figuratively.
It always has.
Like, and I use it like that all the fucking time.
I know.
I'm kind of bothered by it.
And it has for hundreds of years.
It's fucking crazy. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck.
Yep.
My sister's gonna be like holding her head like this the entire time.
Oh, so is she like my grandma? Because my grandma, every time she hears the word, she goes, like, and if you,
I don't think she like gasps, but she's just not a fan of it. And I told her I was gonna try and clean up my my language, but I kind of screwed the fucking pooch there.
If you say the F-bomb multiple times in the same sentence, my grandma kind of looks like she's having a seizure. Because every single time you'd swear someone just like tased her just with a low energy taser, she jumps and like looks at you every single time.
It kind of makes me want to like I kind of want to be around your grandma and just like, you know, casually cooking something and just fuck.
She would jump. She would jump.
2.
Terry Crews files police report after alleging he was groped.
That was submitted by Buzz Killington, 99, to Our Movies.
Yep, he
as well as Pancake High to Our News.
Indeed. So he has filed it with LAPD. He does have a couple people that witnessed the event, so it's not just him on his own.
Yeah, didn't his wife was right there too?
She was standing next to him, literally next to him.
Like, who has the fucking balls to walk up to some dude and grab his dick in front of his wife?
Not just some dude, to Terry Crews.
Right? That dude's fucking huge.
The dude could break you in half. Like, easily, as a byproduct, just a thought. He just flexes and you die.
I want to know who it is.
Well, we don't know, and LAPD has confirmed that the police report has been filed, but they did not name the suspect.
Yet.
Yet.
I wonder if it is going to come out.
Probably.
I hope so.
I don't imagine that it would, like, if they do reach a point...
Hold on. The second one says that although Cruz hasn't publicly named the accused, a report identified the executive in question.
Oh, that's new. WME agent Adam Venett,
who has since taken a leave of absence from the agency.
Interesting. Maybe. I don't know. And we'll find out, like, if the LAPD report does go into an investigation that leads to a possible arrest, I mean, then you know. That becomes public record, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that's, and, now Cruz has terminated his relationship with the agency, so...
That's good. He doesn't need them anyway.
Fucking, he's Terry Crews, man. Fucking every goddamn thing he's in, he just takes his shirt off and dances. It's the greatest.
Or holds a gun or something, and you're like, yes, yes!
Or dances with a gun.
Or dances. Or does something funny, because he's hilarious.
Eats cheeseburgers.
1.
Man falsely imprisoned for 10 years, uses prison library to study law, and has his own conviction overturned. And then becomes a lawyer and is now helping overturn other false convictions.
That's fucking crazy. This is submitted by PLSBI to Our Uplifting News.
Yep. The attorney Jarrett Adams. He was arrested at a very young age. He went to jail at 26 over sexual assault charges when he was 17. That's how long the case took. In which case he had an encounter at a party, and he went home with a girl, apparently with a couple other people as well. Things happened, and then went about his life. A few weeks later, police came up and arrested him, saying that he based for sexual assault, and the woman claimed that it was a that he assaulted her, sexually assaulted her, and unfortunately, he could not afford a lawyer. Because, well, he was 17 and...
Because lawyers are fucking leeches and expensive as shit.
Well, and the thing is, there was 3 people that she made this claim against, right? Mm-hmm. So, he couldn't afford a lawyer, his buddy couldn't afford a lawyer, and the third one could. And the other problem there is that there was someone there that was an eyewitness to the entire thing that could completely tell the full story and back up, provide these guys with an alibi, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the state attorneys... decided to go with a no defense case, which means that they are relying on the evidence that the prosecutors have to not be enough for there to even be charges levied.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that didn't work. And because he couldn't get actual counsel, he wasn't able, and because they didn't go with a defense case, he wasn't able to get his friend in there to testify to give him an alibi. And so he was charged for 28 years.
Oh, my God.
The other friend who couldn't afford a lawyer was charged for 20 years. And the friend who could afford a lawyer that actually got a defense that had the one dude that provided the alibi, he had an acquittal.
Wow.
Yep. So he wasn't happy about that. So he spent 10 years reviewing law from the prison library, and then managed to get his own case overturned, became a lawyer, and is now just reviewing every single case that he can find.
That's amazing. I like this. This man's awesome.
Good.
This is a lawyer I like seeing.
Good on you.
Because I see a lot of fucking lawyers who are just nothing but dickheads.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking insane how full of themselves the lawyers are. But at the same time, like, they did study a lot to be able to do that shit.
Yep. And they had to pay tons of money to colleges to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
This one. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Listener submission. Do cannabis ads have a high standard?
Well, a lot of them have a high standard, I'm saying. This is submitted by OTT2K6 to our iReadit cast.
And so what it is that the 17 largest marijuana producers are basically instituting rules on how to advertise cannabis. basically saying that you can't do things along the lines of there's no sex, no violence, no parties, no making it look like it's a good swell time, no cartoons. And they're saying this of like, this is an adult product. This is a professional adult product. We don't want anything about our product to possibly insinuate that we are trying to advertise it to young people, to people below the age of 18.
So they're already trying to make it better than alcohol?
Yep. And that's one of the things they're comparing themselves to. It is the alcohol industry and how the alcohol industry is advertised. And they're like, we're not going to do that. We don't need to do that because
pot's awesome.
That's just wrong. They're like, so no cartoons because kids like cartoons, and they might not understand what is being presented to them if they happen to come across it by chance. No sex because that's ridiculous. No parties because, well, let's face it, you ain't partying. And no violence either. Nothing extreme. Just make it wholesome, I guess, would be the best way to describe it.
About a man feeling down, smoking a doobie, and then going out and playing with his kids?
Sure, maybe. I don't know. But that's
and people would be kind of upset because he's smoking and then playing with his kids. He's under the influence around his kids.
Yeah, let's not talk about
I'll tell you
pharmaceuticals
all the kinds of
alcohol.
chemicals you're under the influence of on a daily basis. Coffee, one of them.
Yep.
Boom.
Sugar.
A fucking Adderall.
Yep.
Or fucking even ibuprofen, really.
If you take enough of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's cool. It gives the industry an even more professional
feel to it.
Yeah, and which is really important. I have a close friend who actually owns her own dispensary. And when they were trying to get the business license to do the dispensary, there were a couple other people that were at the city council meeting as well. And she was the only one that was dressed professionally. She's like, you do understand that you represent all of us. Like,
yeah,
you are wanting to be a business owner. This isn't just a hobby where you're going to sell some green. Like,
I have a friend whose mom's just opening a pot shop.
Cool. So, Nathan.
Which we could probably lay down some flyers there, know what I'm saying?
Yes. Flyers. Good. Hey, Nathan.
Yep.
Darn it.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
What is that thing that you cared about, that you were so upset about?
Pissed off at the goddamn vet.
The veterinarian?
The veterinarian, right?
For your cat?
Last week, my cat was supposed to get neutered, right?
Okay.
We take him in. The person who called us that told us the date told us the wrong date by a week. So his neuter date was actually today.
Okay.
So we're like, whatever, we'll just bring him in next week.
Yeah.
We bring him in. They cut off his balls. For neutering a cat, they do not suture the spot, or they do not put staples into the cat. They instead apply a powder that's supposed to help clot, and it's supposed to eventually just be better, right?
Okay.
They did not place enough powder on my cat. My cat bled all the way home, then bled at home. This house has 5 dudes in it, so it's not the most hygienic all the time.
That's
all right?
fair.
The cat's balls, like where they were, then get infected. So my cat had a fever today, and we brought him back in. Then they told us that they completely fucked up, that whoever had told us the fucking date also fucked up and was no longer working there. They then gave my cat a cone. They gave my cat prescriptions for helping it out so that it does not become infected anymore in its nuts, as well as a couple other things. And they gave it all to us for free.
Well, that's
because
at least nice.
They fucked up completely neutering my cat.
Well, at least it was free.
Yes, that is the best part. However, it is terrible for that boy. I am so sorry, fucking Alphonse. I feel so goddamn bad for you because this is not what we intended. This was supposed to be not a pleasant experience, but an easier experience.
Yes, Chadwick, you're real late. We're at the end of the show now, buddy. Good job. Yeah, well, I mean, your cat's traumatized, so good job there, buddy.
I'm so fucking upset with them.
Well,
goddamn negligent dickheads.
At least you don't need to go back there for a while.
Well, we have to do a couple follow-ups, but the follow-ups are also free. If they were fucking charging us, you bet your sweet ass I was putting a goddamn fucking either small claims or civil lawsuit in for medical malpractice on my goddamn cat.
Nice.
But luckily they're paying for all of it, so I'm not that pissed off.
Good.
Even though I'm still very pissed off.
So today I learned that an American man was arrested near the border of Afghanistan while hunting down Osama bin Laden with a sword.
That happened like 7 years ago.
It was 7 years ago.
You want to know the best part about that?
I'm listening.
The guy who had done it, before going over there, asked 4chan what he should bring over there as a weapon to hunt down Osama bin Laden, and they all said a sword.
Well, he also had a pistol.
Okay, yeah, sure. But, you know, he's got a sword.
Yep.
He was following what 4chan told him to do. This guy was OP, and he delivered. Now, I'm not a huge fan of 4chan at all anymore, but this is one of those stories where you're like, you know what, dude? Go for it. That's fucking hilarious.
He was straight up just walking through the sand with a sword and a pistol and being like, come here, boy. I'm going to find you.
Oh, my God.
We want to talk about people with huge testicles. Like,
glorious, right?
Just going to charge into all of them. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll be fine.
The real tragedy here is he was from 4chan. But
yeah.
That was around the time I was on 4chan, so I actually saw that thread. I didn't post in it, but I saw it.
It's still entertaining. Still cool, though. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here. We will be back on Monday. If you would like us to air more days per week, go to patreon.com/dailyinternet. Those are our goals. If we fund enough, we will do additional shows per week. And if we fund enough, we will do additional shows per day.
Oh, man. I've got the rap here written. Me and Michael are going to go over it this weekend, and we're going to get the beat down and everything.
It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderfully, delightfully terrible. We might need to write some more bars, though.
I'm actually Whiting's downstairs. I'm going to bring this downstairs, and we're going to sit down, and I'm going to fucking force him to do some shit.
Right on. Everybody, once again, that is patreon.com/dailyinternet. You are getting a terrible white boy rap from me thanks to your support on Patreon. Also, tell Whiting that his card was declined this month.
Oh, okay. I will.
Just to let him know, since he's there.
No, he was telling me he had a problem with. Okay, so he doesn't actually have a credit card. Yeah, he works at Subway, so they give him a bank card, and he doesn't actually have a regular bank. It's really weird.
That sounds super weird.
So he lost his card, and none of his funds are on it because he got a new one.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, either way. In any case, everybody, also, you can always find the show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All of those are at iReaditCast. In addition, if you want to download the show to take it with you, it's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and basically any podcatcher that you can think of. 5-star reviews on all of those helps us immensely because it increases our visibility.
Fucking, yeah, instead of, just being like what the goddamn how-to website told us to do.
Oh my god.
Podcasts.
Okay, so 2 things that we need to talk about real quick before we leave. One.
Oh yeah, the fucking Twitter lady.
Is the friggin' lady on Twitter that added us to a list that was that was marked as triggered liberals.
No, it was a triggered idiots.
Triggered idiots.
Ignore.
Ignore, yeah. Thank you very much. I know you'll never see or hear this, but I would just like to thank you.
Carly J. Thank you so much. Thank you so very. We are honored, really. In fact, our first award, if we ever have awards, is going to be the Carly J. Triggered Idiot Award.
We need that. We need that. I need that.
I'm writing this down.
I need that on a plaque or something.
I'm writing this down.
Like when I have a better recording space, I'm gonna hang it right here, where your tilted anemone boob breast picture is. I'm gonna have a plaque that says the Carly J. Triggered Idiot Award.
We have to get her consent, but that shouldn't be too hard.
No, we don't.
Why not? That's her name.
We're not gonna use her last name.
That's fair.
So
hey, my mom's calling.
Cool. The other thing that wait, what was the?
Talk, still on the show.
Wait, darn it! What was the other thing? There was the other thing.
All right, love you. All right, love you, Mom. Bye. Yeah, I will. Yeah, love you. Bye. I'm sorry. What was that?
What was the other thing? I got too distracted by that one.
It was oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it! What was it? The Triggered Idiot Award. I don't even remember what we said.
I don't remember. I could go back, but it's gone.
Does anyone in the chat remember what we just said?
Well, I mean, half of them left because we were closing out the show.
God.
Darn it. What was it? It was important.
Oh, the podcast thing.
Oh, right. The 7 ways to a better podcast. So there was this article that was shared around the podcast verse for a while. And what it was how Mozilla got 1 million downloads in their first 6 episodes or 7 episodes. And basically the steps were have a goal, find your audience. And then the next steps were hire Veronica Belmont to be your host, which Veronica Belmont used to work for Engadget, has been on TV, has her own podcast, written books, has like 1.2 million followers on Twitter. Buy advertising space on things like This American Life, Serial, NPR, literally the largest podcast that exists, which cost ridiculous gobs of money to place any advertisement on. And then step 3 was put it on your homepage, which the homepage for Mozilla is the homepage for the Firefox browser, which is used by millions of people. And it's like, so, what you need to do to have a successful podcast, 1, have a successful software company worth millions of dollars that's existed for about 10 years. 2, spend gobs of money on advertisement in as many places as you can. 3, hire someone already well-known and popular to be the host of your podcast. Like, this might as well have been Microsoft hiring Mark Hamill to do a podcast. And then
I would so fucking watch that.
I know, but the thing is like, they have the money to do that, they can do that, and then because they own Windows 10, sometimes Windows 10 gives you a little ad in the little corner. And they just be like, you want to check out this new podcast that we made by Mark Hamill? And you know, people will be like, fuck yeah, click.
Oh yeah, I would click that shit.
Like, what kind of tips and tricks article is that? I'll tell you what, if I had all that stuff, I could get 1 million downloads in 6 episodes too.
Yeah, easily. 100%, hands down.
So, screw you.
Yeah, literally go fuck yourselves.
Like,
fuck!
all right, now we're actually going to get out of here. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at Schwan Michael. Nathan is at Bimmenstein. That is your 381st dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwan.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
And please remember, everybody,
Don't get eliminated!
have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
See you Monday.
See ya.